Good morning. Today is the 9th of February and here we are at Port Solent near Portsmouth. We've got here much earlier this time and the weather's much better, so we'll actually be able to make a full video today. Let's just go over the rules of this event, which is helpfully displayed down here. So you can bring anything pre-1995. Hot rods, supercar, Porsche, motorbike scooters, electric cars, kit cars, emergency vehicles, MPAD, BMW, MG, Mercedes and RS, Audis, tractors, classic industrial military vehicles and all electric vehicles. Those are the rules. I myself had to park in the car park because my car does not comply. We'll start off actually here with a classic vehicle. This is a Jaguar 340. This is the successor to the Mark II. Funny enough, it's got a Mark II badge on it as well. I don't know if that's original or not. These were sort of run-out models in the latter half of the 60s. Came in, I think, in 1967 from memory. And they were to sort of, I don't know, rationalise the range of Jaguar cylinder time, which was very, very, very complicated. So this will be a 67 or 68. Next to it we've got a trio of Australian-built cars. Whether these originally were Vauxhall or Holden badged, I'm not quite sure. Over here these were sold as Vauxhalls. This is a Monaro. I have driven one of these actually. It was an immaculate 2005 example with the least powerful engine they made. But it's still the least powerful engine they sold over here is still about 356 horsepower, so they're not slow. And obviously you can get a lot more than that too. Then the successor model to those was the VXR8, and here is a couple of VXR8s. The name in Australia I've forgotten now actually, but these I think are even faster than the Monaros. This one's an automatic. At the time they weren't that expensive actually, but they just weren't very popular. I mean, sort of 12 miles per gallon and a Vauxhall badge weren't particularly conducive to high sales, I don't think. We're kind of badge snobs over here, so prefer to buy, an M series BMW or something, but these are now actually quite valuable and they're quite sought after, especially as Holden no longer exists, sadly. But we've got something rumbling there. That's like a Jaguar XFR, but it's like even further modified. That'll be quick, won't it? Very, very quick. Pre-facelift one will be 2011, something like that. We've got a GI Yaris here. This is a 2022, it's the Circuit Edition apparently. I would like to have a go in one of these. I don't quite know how this sort of fits in because I don't think it's got over 400 horsepower, but I'm not the marshals on the gate view and I don't make the rules, so there we go. Stuff that does kind of comply with the rules are these two Volkswagens. This one was here actually last time the event happened. And it looks just like this sort of things were done in the 80s. I remember loads of Beetles when I was growing up looking like this. This one is about 1973, 1974. And next to it is a Caddy, which has had some modifications done to it. BBS split rim alloy wheels and some Recaro seats. I imagine the original engine's probably no longer in this either. It's probably something a bit more powerful. That is it's based on a Mark I Golf, of course. This is much later than Mark I Golfs were produced for our market. This is about 1986-87 actually. Wow, yes, all American stuff of course. So this 2012-2013 Chevrolet Silverado Z71 4-wheel drive, which does not fit in the parking space, as you can see here, viewers. Just while that bumper is offering some protection. Right, let's go down this way. I do apologise for the wind noise, by the way. We are sort of right by the sea, so that doesn't really help very much, does it? Never mind. We've got a row of Mustangs, like the last time we were here. Current generation ones. I imagine most of these will be the 5-litre V8. I don't think I've seen a 4-cylinder one or a V6 one ever. It tends to be the 5-litre ones over here. This one's an 18, we've got another 18 here. Imagine again this red one is sort of similar. Mustangs are not my forte, viewers. I don't really know much about them, but there we go. From the Capri. Obviously, the generation that you can buy at the moment, you still buy one. They're right-hand drive over here, which is handy. See these older ones here, this 96 and this 98. We're only available left-hand drive and not sold over here. Actually, you can pick up a Mustang this generation for not a lot of money. We're talking like £3,000, £4,000 maybe, depending on what you want. We made a V6 as well as the 4.6 V8 like this one. Is that a Roush tune one or something? And this one says Insane Creations. Doesn't look that insane to me. I've seen more insane stuff in my life, but there we go. This is like a Ranchero. Yes, I remember having a look at one of these back in November when we were up at 00 Garage in the North East. This one is a 72. It's quite an interesting paint job, that one. Then a 2015 BMW M4. I have filmed a 4 Series of this generation, but it only had a 4-cylinder engine, so it was not as fast as this. It was a manual though. I don't think these are manual actually, I think they're automatic. Now this is more like it because here we go. Mercedes SL Time R107. At some point in my life I will get around to filming one of these. I have been offered one when the weather gets a bit warmer. It is about 4 degrees today or something, so it's not that's a day when I'd want to be driving something like this without the heater on. This is quite a late one. It's a sort of 1987, 88 on an E. Very nice 300 SL. Something a lot more modern, the 63 AMG. Of course, AMGs are loud in here, no problem. To get the model code for these, you can see how much bigger this is actually than the classic one, can't you? Much, much bigger. So now we've got this 1955 Bedford lorry. You can see it's right next to all these Mercedes models. I mean, this is the sort of delight about going to a little local event like this, is that you get stuff's all mixed in together, which is fantastic. My suspicion is this is like an O-type or an M-type Bedford. It's not really my expertise, but that's my best guess. Somebody in the comment section below no doubt will know better than me. Interesting view. This is a BMW 7 Series from about 1989. I think these carried a model code E32, but I could be completely wrong about that. That is it's quite special really, isn't it? Do we have a badge on the back? No, we don't. It could be a 6-cylinder, perhaps it's only got a cloth interior. And we've got a whole row of other BMWs. So we've got an M3 here, another M4 here, and an M2. So you've got all three in, well, not quite in order, but almost in order. Just admit they're not really my type of thing, but someone has put the most extraordinary front end on that one. Crazy. We've got a previous generation Seat Leon Cupra. It's probably an Armor, isn't it? But a very crazy looking Audi S3. All electric cars, of course. They've got this brand new Polestar 4 here. I've actually never seen a Polestar 4 before. This carries Polestar fleet plates on it, so it might be owned by them actually. There you go, look, Polestar Automotive, based up at Bicester Automotive. Why has this not got a rear window? Weird. Anyway, let's have a look at some Mazdas. Or one Mazda. Nice RX-7 here. 95, 96 registration. The yellow looks like even brighter on camera than it does in real life actually. And sort of carbon fibre effect bonnet. Next to it, the Datsun would be Datsun Sunny Baki. I forget what the proper name for these is now, but they're made in South Africa until I think the 2000s. That looks like it's been sort of recently imported and things. Be about 1976, I think. Then a 200 SX. Now these are the Japanese spec rear lights on this, and then over there it's known as a 180 SX. Sort of 93, 94 this one. I thought initially it might be a Solent, but it's not. Solent is the front end of one of these and the rear end of a Sylvia or something like that. Then we have a Nissan Skyline. From memory, this is an R32, isn't it? This would be from about 1990. So some interesting stuff here. Talking about the sort of Sylvias earlier on, this is an S14 200SX, which then adopted the kind of saloon rear end after that generation there. And they made these for the UK market until about 2000. I quite like these. It's quite rare to see an unmodified one. This one presumably was a Retro Rides Weekender where I was also last year. Might be going to that again this year. It's about sort of 97, 98. We've got another one. This is a definite. I think both of the facelifted ones actually. The facelift occurred about, oh gosh, about 97, 98. About the same as that R-plate one there. They didn't sell very many of these over here. They were quite nice cars actually. I just don't know why, but they weren't very popular for some reason. And we've got another Skyline here. We've got some crazy starts. How often do you get speed bumps like that? It'll be an R33, won't it, that one? Let's go back to this row here and more Japanese delights. We've got a very, very early Unos here, 8990 only on that plate. All the correct badges and things like that. And then a 2000 Lexus LS. And my goodness me, viewers, it has a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. That'll do me nicely. The only thing is that car is absolutely enormous. It's not quite as big as that truck we saw earlier on, but not the most practical. And a Celica. I forget the generation of Celica this one is. This is from the mid 1980s, sort of 87, 88 on an E. Someone's actually left the door open. 4-wheel drive. Very sporty looking pop-up headlamps and everything. And a fabulous interior, Celica Turbo. Yes, please, viewers. That does look delicious. I hope that's sort of tucked away in a garage during the winter because they weren't the best for corrosion, these cars, back in the day. So, I have actually driven one of these before, this GTR. This one is a 2009. Now, they all have like slightly different engines in them because they're hand-built, and so the horsepower figures do vary. But one I drove was ridiculously powerful. I drove it on a track. I wasn't allowed to film it, unfortunately, but I did enjoy it. It was a good day. And then we've got, I think in some places this was known as the Infinity, wasn't it? I forget exactly what these are called now. There we go, 370 GT. I don't think we got these over here at all, did we? I don't think I've ever seen one before, actually. I'm sure somebody in the comment section below will tell me more about them, but I have no idea really about those at all. Which is a phrase I should use a lot during Shambolic shuffles. This looks interesting. So it's not a Mini Mark II, this is about 1990, this car. But it's a 1293 Turbo, sale for £10,000. It's made to look a bit like a Mark II, but obviously we've got the later doors on it and things for a start. Call 07787945460. As Mr. Bill, who from the Fuel Power channel, who owns a Mini, says, this could be yours. And something else is very special here as well. A Citroen Xantia. Like the one that I filmed for No Budget Reviews recently, this is a 2 litre. This is a 2 litre SX. It's a very early one. 92-93 plate. That's one of the very first, actually. Look at that. It's so early. It's got the chevron badge on the bonnet there. Amazing. That just brightened my day, viewers. Also, we've got this Volvo 940. I think this was here last time actually as well. 96, 97 on a P. This is quite close to the end of production. This is a 2.3. A lot of the time with light pressure turbo. I filmed quite a few of these actually on the channel. 4 in fact actually, and 2 of them were late ones like this, both celebration models. Next you've got one of the best specifications for Mercedes-Benz 190 actually, 2.6, 8990 on a G, and a beige leather interior with a wooden steering wheel. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. The one I drove belongs to Solent Lot 76 Cars. I drove that in 2021. He's still got that. It's just a 2 litre, so it's a bit slower than that, but it's also nice faceted one like this. For a Triumph TR6, this is 6970 on an H. I wonder if we've got the lovely Lucas mechanical fuel injection in this one. Not sure. Next to it, another old British sports car, 30 years newer, a TVR Tuscan from 2000. I think this is the car that was used in the film Swordfish, but weirdly the film was filmed in such in America, but the TVR they used was UK right-hand drive with UK plates on it. Very strange. And we've got Mercedes-Benz C-Class, the C63 AMG. This is the, let's get this right, the C204 shape, be 2011, something like that. Now I bumped into the gentleman who owns this car earlier on. Now this is a very, very new car. This is registered in November. It is an Aston Martin Vantage with V8 engine. That is actually quite a nice looking car. I think the colour is beautiful on this, and the wheels actually suit that for a change. But yes, there we go. Obviously very appropriate number plate on it. Then we've got an MGB 1970-71 registration. Local plate to the area actually. OT was an old plate that was local to sort of Southampton and Salisbury, I think it was, or Bournemouth. Then next to it we've got this 1963 Austin A110 Westminster. This is unique. The owner, I looked to come to one of the videos, and this is a self-conversion. They didn't make these like this, but you wouldn't know. It's been done exceptionally well. I believe the owner has had a few of these over the course of quite a while, so obviously knows them very well. But yeah, that is a unique car. You won't see another one like it. Then we've got this extraordinary thing here. This is a 1998-1999 Vauxhall Corsa Cabriolet, and yes, they did make them for the factory. It has the 1.4 engine in it. The earlier ones before the sort of facelift occurred would have had the high torque engine. I can't remember if they lasted that long. My suspicion is they didn't. So what the specification of the engine is in here, I don't know. It would be a 1.4 of some description. But yeah, that is a very, very rare car indeed. More rarities over here as well. Oh, viewers, I can't keep putting Capris in all my thumbnails. I sort of sometimes want to, because I love Capris, particularly Mark III Capris like this one. Very, very nice, 85-86, 2.8 injection. Probably a special with a 5-speed gearbox. I've got to resist the temptation to be Lewis Collins and slide across the bonnet, because that would be a bad look if I did that. I'd also probably fall over at the same time, but I have driven one of these. Back in 2020 I had to go in one of these. It was a 4-speed from 1982, this is a 5-speed. Yes, that is it's rather nice views. We like that sort of thing very, very much. Then we've got this McLaren 720S. Now I don't really know much about these, but it's just interesting to see this just casually parked here amongst everything else, such as the sort of strange variety that occurs at Port Solent. So we've got a couple of Porsches here. My suspicion is these are both Caymans. This is the 2006, quite an early one I think actually for these. Sort of biscuit interior. They are of course related to the Boxsters. What's better really. But yeah, this is 2006 to 2010. This wouldn't be one of these modern boxes, won't it? I'm wrong, like I always am. But my eye is drawn a bit more to this Targa here. 911 Targa, 1968-69 on a G. Quite early on in sort of the very long history of 911 production, and the paint's got some real sort of patina on it. Absolute extraordinary to see something like this and not fully restored. Obviously this will be worth a lot of money, and this sort of state might make it even more valuable like this, I don't know. Yeah. But next to it we've got, let's get this right, viewers, because I always get these wrong. It's like a sort of 911 Turbo. Is that a 997 or a 991? I get really confused. Answer in the comment section below. Oh my gosh, look at this. That looks absolutely, utterly terrifying. Imagine going on a motorway now. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm glad that's someone else's car and not mine, viewers. I'm sure it's very fast on a track though. So we had that Celica over there, now we've got another Celica. This is one of the ones from the 1990s. I forget exactly what this is called this generation now, but this one is about sort of 1996, 1997. I think this is a 6th generation. I think the last one was 7, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not an expert on these by any means, but this exhaust. 2018 to 19 Mercedes-Benz. See what the back of it says, because I'm not entirely au fait with these. Oh, it's AMG GTC. I don't think I've ever heard of one of those before. And then we've got this C63 AMG. I think actually as well it's close to a 63 plate, because this is a C204. They were discontinued about 2015, I think it was, these. So that actually wouldn't be too far off having just a normal 63 plate on it. 1967 Volkswagen Comical with a Porsche 911 Fuchs wheels on it. That is in absolutely lovely condition. Presumably from Denver, Colorado, by that badge on the back of it. Oh, viewers, look at this. 1985-86 Jaguar XJS, complete with a beige leather interior and some wood. I do like a beige leather interior, viewers. This is a manual. Yes, I prefer the later XJS's view. That'll do very nice. It's a 3.6, this one. I think actually by this stage, it's a very rare to find a manual V12. The manuals tend to be the 3.6s. Oh my gosh, viewers. This is exciting. An Austin Ambassador Y-Reg. It's actually got Princess wheels on it. And yes, I have driven one of these, and it was a Y-Reg. This is a 1.7 HL, 8283 registration, replica dealer plates. That is just absolutely extraordinary. I want to drive another one. They're actually alright to drive, you know. They're not bad. These are not bad cars. They're very rare. They weren't the best cars or anything. I don't know what's going on with the hydrogas there. That's a bit wrong, but very nice views. But also next to it as well, we've got a Rover 800. It's quite a late one. This is the R17 shape. Can't remember exactly what specifications. I have seen this before. I can't remember where. That is rather nice as well. We have driven a couple of these on the channel, viewers. Both fastbacks. This one is a saloon. It looks like a Sterling or something like that. I don't know. I have to see. By this stage, they weren't putting the trim levels on the back of them, which is a shame for someone like me. But there we go. And then a Daihatsu Hijet, which has the most comical suspension I've ever seen. Look at this tiny wheelbase. Forward control, of course. Yeah. I'm going to run over by that one. 96, 97 on a P with a rear spoiler. What more could you possibly ask for? So I'm just going to go up to the top and we'll just finish off soon, because I need to calm down somehow, viewers. It's going to be hard because of this, but there we go. Oh, very nice. Ford LTD Crown Victoria on a Q plate. So I imagine this is from the kind of 1980s, isn't it, this one? I have driven the Crown Victoria, but it was a much later one than this. It was a 2006. Very different styling, but actually they are the same car underneath. The early ones like this, and then the later Crown Victorias. Let's get this right. Dodge Challenger SRT, and then Chrysler 300C, I think these were called. I think this is a V8 one. I'd never go to a V8 one of these, actually, viewers. That'd be quite interesting, particularly this estate model. And then we need to have a look at this Chevy El Camino, which I think we've seen before. Sort of 85, 86 on a C. Another Chevy here from about 1969. It's that CST 30. And then a Taxi en Vent, because why not? And so they come in, a very nice Series 3 type V12. 71, 72. I drove one of those about a year ago on the channel. And then an E36 M3 with winter hardtop. Today, considering how cold it is, it's probably not a bad idea to have that. And I suppose, oh gosh, no, sorry. It's a 328i with M3 mirrors. I do apologise, viewers. I better get out of here before my ignorance is discovered and I get kicked out for incorrect information. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for yet more incorrect information.